I handed him divorce papers today over his Reddit account and a bag of chips. Obviously, it goes without saying it wasn't just the bag of chips, but hot Cheetos were my breaking point. I couldn't take it any longer. I had already had the terms of separation drawn up 6 months ago when, during a heated argument, he said, "We don't have kids. You should be thankful it's only me you clean up after." I kept hearing it in my head. Thankful for cleaning up after a grown man 10 years older than me? He apologized the next day in detail and explained why what he said was wrong and that he doesn't believe it. Maybe it's just not in my nature, but I don't think the things you say in those moments are just hurtful words. There's a little bit of truth in them. And then I found his Reddit account a few days ago. I accidentally saw the username when he showed me a screenshot. I tried, El Mao, not to memorize it, and it took me 2 days to get the courage to look. Among the comments on NSFW subreddits were complaints about me, and posts about me too. In one post, he'd be ripped to shreds and called a piece of crap. Reading those comments made me realize I was nothing but a to think love can fix things. I was 20 when I met him, and he was 35. I thought people were being dramatic or annoying about our age gap because my single father who raised me didn't have an issue, but then I realized he was just the same type of creep. It was almost like my father pre-groomed me to accept certain behavior to make it easier for the other men in my life. I'm getting off topic, but I came home early today after a rough day at work and finding out my direct reporting manager had been K-worded by her husband. Then I walked in the door to see my lazy, filthy one. I told him what happened to her. I started to cry. He didn't console me. He said, "We don't know what made him do that. Let's wish both of them luck and move on with our day." Wish her luck? Dead lady? I tried to convince myself that he just didn't notice. That comforted me for about an hour until I was in the middle of preparing dinner, and he complained that it was already 6:45 p.m. I told him he shouldn't be that hungry yet since he had just eaten half a bag of chips and left them on the table. So instead of A, helping me finish dinner, B, apologizing and waiting quietly and patiently, C, finishing the bag of chips, or D, just laughing it off, he threw the bag of chips at me. 7 years together, 4 married. And he's never done anything that downright rude, because self-esteem issues aside, that's something that won't fly with me either way. The chips scattered all over the floor I had just mopped and swept. Whatever glare I gave him was enough to make him grab the broom within 30 seconds. It wasn't enough to make him at least check that it was all swept up and vacuum afterward. So when I finished dinner and brought our plates to the dinner table thinking, wow, I really spoil him. The entire time we've dated, I've always made his plates and brought them right to him. No one has ever done that for me, and I stepped on a chip. It didn't hurt or anything, but I screamed, not sure why. I just couldn't take it anymore. So I ran to the home office, came back out with the papers and pen, put them in front of his dinner plate, and walked out while he was yelling my name. I'm devouring a burger and fries in my car right now and realizing I have to start all over. My life is done. My love for him is too. I hope I don't cave. I hope I don't let him persuade me. I hope if I start to change my mind, I come back and read this post so that I understand this is not a heated decision. This is something I need to do if I ever want anything like a real life. From the comments, Redditor. Not to mention if he knows he can treat you however he wants, what's to stop him from doing exactly what your boss's husband did to her? Link. OP. This is all I could really think about. If dinner is late one day, will he hurt me? He's never actually hit me, but sometimes he makes that weird jump motion and balls up his fists during arguments. I just couldn't believe he had zero empathy for a woman who was hurt by someone she trusted and shared her life with. I saw her on Monday and never would have thought this could happen. In reply to a heartfelt comment from a woman who went through a similar experience, I'm genuinely so happy to hear things got better for you. It feels almost like, hopefully, future me writing to current me, especially regarding bodies. I didn't include it, but the reason the burger and fries were so rewarding is that he always persuaded me not to eat them because I'd get fat and he wouldn't love me anymore. So even if I asked for a burger, he would order a grilled chicken sandwich or something. Thank you sincerely for your words. Seeing these and other comments from women who went through the same is helping me so much right now. Redditor, so proud of you for this. Leave and never look back. Moments like this are phoenix moments. Yes, this part is over, but a new life and journey has begun. Update. Okay, yeah, I wasn't expecting this sort of reaction. I didn't even log back on Reddit and see all of the replies. I was scrolling on TikTok and saw my own post on my FYP, which is really weird. The algorithm is algorithming, a bit scary. I really do appreciate the support and kind messages. Don't appreciate the weird men using this as a time to hit on me and send me selfies when I'm obviously in a weak moment. Guess I'm a loser magnet or something. The crazy part is this courage started growing when I saw someone's wife strike on TikTok soon after downloading the app during lockdown. Then I read the comments and found some sort of solidarity and finally realized I wasn't the problem. I really was just posting it so I could leave for good this time. I'm sorry that my post isn't very concise or thorough, but this isn't the first time I've left him. It's the 4th time, but it's the one for good. I'm done. I've been saving money since I left the first time 2 years ago. I'm not trapped with him anymore. When I left the second time, I realized being a housewife would never give me leverage in our relationship, so I got a job. Back then, it was was just to even the playing field and show him I could earn my keep. Now, it's literally my saving grace. Half our relationship was built on lies. He initially told me he was 8 years older, then 10, then the truth of it being 15 years came out, that I've always tried to get over, because people deserve forgiveness, according to my dad, the only person I ever went to besides Reddit for advice. I just want to know what peace is like in my own home. I went directly from living with my dad to living with my boyfriend, current husband. I can comfortably take blame for how my marriage is, how my life is. My dad may have conditioned and started a lot of it, but I'm old enough to have put my foot down a long time ago. My husband and my father being the only two men I've ever had any type of relationship with at 27 is my own fault. Sure, I was taught growing up that when men are around, don't make eye contact and keep my head down, and I did it always because good girls listen. That's what I was taught and all I ever knew. How did the wave of feminism keep missing me? How did I allow my father to push away every close female relationship I had? How did I allow both of them to alienate me from the world? 2 years ago, a woman my age, I think, asked for a tampon in the bathroom, and I gave her one. And we had a 5-minute conversation of girl talk that I gushed over. I replayed it over and over for months until I realized it was absolutely insane. All she did was ask me what my favorite coffee order was and said I was pretty and she loved my handmade earrings. I had an extra pair in my car and gave them to her, and she hugged me. That was it. But I clung to those 5 minutes because it was the last time I had an interaction with a human being that didn't leave me feeling empty. I should have left for good when he told me that getting a master's degree is for men. I should have left when I picked up woodworking and simple robotics as hobbies, and he told me that I might be transgender and that he can't be attracted to a woman who wants to be a man. I'm not trans or transphobic. I just enjoy the aroma of freshly sawn wood and creating new things. I should have left when I got accepted into the best university in the state, and he told me that women would be happier if they stopped trying to compete with men. I should have left when my dad died, and he told me I wasn't upset enough about the man who would choke me over burning food and dinner not being good at 11 years old. Our relationship deteriorated significantly after the wedding when I told him everything my dad had done. I should have left when I got groped at a concert, and he bought the guy a drink later. I should have left when his friends commented on my body, and he just joined in, later telling me I shouldn't complain and enjoy the attention while it lasts. I should have left when I told him I wasn't sure if I wanted kids, and he told me I wasn't a real woman if I didn't want them. I should have left when he admitted to having his fellow officers follow me and show up at my job to make sure I was actually where I said I was. I should have left when he gave me the silent treatment for a month when I told him it was controlling and he would only communicate via sticky notes. I should have left when I caught him sending nudes to a 19-year-old. I definitely should have left him when the same girl replied to his nude photos by telling him how much of a loser he is and saying she felt bad for his wife. Besides being predatory, that one was, quite frankly, just embarrassing. I guess the reason I stayed so long is that he makes it seem like he's trying. After I caught him sexting, he immediately signed up for sex addict therapy. When he made hateful comments towards women, I would then notice videos in his YouTube watch history about unlearning sexism. He watched them all the way through. I thought, hey, at least that's more than my dad ever did. Hey, at least he doesn't hit me. Hey, at least he brings me flowers and takes me on dates regularly. Men are just like that, I was told. Men have to be respected, I was told. Your husband deserves complete trust, I thought. To this day, I'm not sure if he did these to temporarily please me or because he genuinely meant it and at least partially tried. I made the mistake of not leaving at least 100 times. I will never make that mistake again. He texted and called nonstop after I left. I went back to our home, his house, to grab necessities with headphones on, and he appeared suddenly and snatched them off my head, destroying them. AirPods Max I had just purchased. I just continued packing and ignored everything he said until I realized my passport was missing. He won't admit it, but he definitely has it. I know it. He wouldn't sign the papers. We argued a bit, and I finally said it. I don't love you anymore. I can't love someone like you. I'm a grown woman now, and I don't want to be with you anymore. He countered, with you can't survive without me. I'm the only man who's ever loved you. You don't have anything without me. I'm the breadwinner. This is my house. You have no money, no family, no friends. He's only right about the last two. I told him that we don't have a prenup, and if we divorce with him fighting me on it, I'll get half of everything. But if he signs the papers I gave him, it agrees to leave him the house and all furniture, 3 of 4 cars, and 80% of the money in our savings and investments. I can walk away and start over. I want to walk away and start over. He, on the other hand, probably needs a retirement plan that isn't young women. It's more than he deserves, but I don't want to look at anything I have and be reminded of him. When he realized the yelling and threats wouldn't work, he tried tears, and I almost caved. Then I remembered he was 42 years old, on his knees, crying about a 27-year-old who just wanted to be treated with love, dignity, and respect. I gave him close to a decade of my life, filled with nothing but loyalty and love. When he lashed out in anger, I responded with love. I'm all out of love. I picked a random Airbnb over state lines so he has little influence here, and my job is allowing me to work remotely for now. I can already envision a life that's actually worth living coming to me. I have a lot of legal stuff to figure out that will be a headache, but it's still a smaller headache than loving him was. I don't think I'll go back. I only use this account for woodworking and photos of cows, so yeah. Sorry if I am not super responsive. There were a lot of replies, and I'm trying to go through them. Really, thank you though, for the kind words. I've cried and felt more supported today than I have my entire life.